Welcome to 2 Cents Worth. I am your host, Ryan DeFaber. Before we get started, please do me a favor. For those of you who enjoy the show, please go to iTunes, Spotify, all the major platforms. Like the podcast, leave a review. That helps us get out to more viewers and listeners. It's extremely helpful. Go on the YouTube, 2 Cents Worth podcast on YouTube. You can listen to it there as well. And leave a comment, like it. All of that is extremely helpful for us here at 2 Cents Worth. Now, on to the show. Welcome to 2 Cents Worth. I am your host, Ryan DeFaber. Today, we're going to talk about the trip to Pinehurst that myself and 8 other gentlemen that joined me went on. Golf trip. Last episode, we talked about the upcoming trip. Today, we're talking about how the trip was. Episode 100, I might remind you, episode 100, how fitting would it be that I'm talking about golf? Some might think fitness. That's how this all started. 2 Cents Worth is based on fitness, family, and life and how it all comes together. Well, to my eyes and to many, golf is a sport, so therefore it's fitness, baby. So we are talking about fitness. We're talking about life, family. Friends are your family. That's what we're talking about. So episode 100, share it. Smash the living shit out of a like if there is any on these podcasts. You can do it on YouTube. You can go on YouTube, 2 Cents Worth Podcast, subscribe to that. It's just this audio if you want to see it. You don't get to see my pretty face. But comment, rate it, share it. Let's grow it. But let's talk about Pinehurst. I'm taking a drink. Wow. Home of golf. It's no joke. From here, from Charlotte, hour and 50 minutes, easy ride. From Charleston, which is where a handful of the guys also came from, 3.5 hours. You can fly into Charlotte. You can fly into Raleigh if you're not from around here. Our teammate, compadre, friend, Lenny flew in from Orlando. Then we drove from Charlotte. So we get down there Thursday. 2 of the guys are already there. They play the cradle. Word of advice for you, if you want to play the cradle, especially on a Thursday, heading into a weekend, you got to call ahead and get a tee time. You can call 24 hours before. So the lines open up at 8 a.m. There's not online reservations for these courses on the resort. You got to call. So So they call 8 a.m. They got a 12:50 tee time. So they're playing the cradle. For those of you who don't know, the cradle is the par 3 course that they have right in front of the resort. It's right next to the putting green and the Himalayas. We have a bar at the top of the hill. You have the croquet fields as you walk in. You have the clubhouse. You have another bar. You have the driving ranges. You have the start for 2 and 4 right there. Everything is there. Everything is there. So we roll in. So my group gets there around 2:30. The Charleston boys get there around 4. So we head to the house. We get to the house. Our house, perfect location, 2 minutes from the resort. Now, mind you, I will let you know, we did not play any of the resort courses. I will get into that. I will tell you the courses that we did play. The resort courses were not the courses we played this round. But here's what I will tell you and what we did. Take advantage of the resort. There's stuff to do on the grounds, right? You have the cradle to play. You have the Himalayas. You can go and putt. You can go to the pro shop. There's a bar. You can watch guys finishing from 18 on number 2. It's a party. It's a party. So we roll in to the pro shop and to the resort around 4, we meet the Charleston guys there. The other 2 guys had finished the cradle. They'd come to the house. So there's 9 of us in total. Last guy came a little later, around dinner time. So there's 8 of us. So we all get together. We all grab a drink. Sorry, Matt, I spilled your drink on the second hole of the Himalayas. I knocked his beer over. So he didn't have a drink for the other 16 holes, but he was fine. But you get yourself a drink. We get ourselves the transfusions. You have Pinehurst Brewery on tap. So the guys are getting IPAs. And you're right there. And we get to play the Himalayas. So the Himalayas is the 18-hole course on the putting green. And there's all types of undulations and hills and ups and downs. So the 8 of us split up into teams of 2. And we start partying. And this place is packed. Guys that have played the courses that are on the resort have been coming in. They're putting. Some guys don't have any shoes on. There's music playing. It is an absolute party. Weather is perfect. Blue Carolina skies. You have everything surrounding. Guys are still playing the cradle. People are coming in from the courses. People are at the Himalayas. People are watching you up at the bars. People are in and out of the pro shop. So that is how the whole weekend kicks off. We go there. We hit the green. We putt and have a great time, right? Home of golf. We all go and hit the pro shop. Our wallets take a little bit of a hit. But, man, is it worth it? They have everything and anything. I, myself, I love to get hats and polos of courses I've played. So I didn't play any of the Pinehurst courses, resort courses, so I didn't get a polo. I will only get a polo if I've played the course. So I got that is on the list of things to do, right? But what I did get, I got a T-shirt and I got a hat. Green hat, G4 hat, Pinehurst on the front of it. Oh, it's sick. It's sick. You'll see it in pictures, I'm sure. Go back and look at the pictures I posted of the weekend on my Instagram, ryan.defaber, and you'll see the 9 guys that went and always wash your balls with the victory. We had 3 teams, 3 groups of 3. Always wash your balls. Myself and 2 others, we came out with the victory. Second place went to Swamp Ass. And third place went to Slice Slice Baby, the Charleston boys. So we hit the Himalayas. We all go back to the house. We meet the last guy. And we go and hit Pinehurst Brewery for dinner. And let me tell you, on a Thursday night, now, thankfully we didn't need any reservations. The place is big enough. But I would suggest if you're going with a large group, and you're going in a certain time of year like it was for us, there's college football on, it's Thursday, it's early fall, the weather's perfect, there's going to be a lot of people there. So we roll in 9 deep, and she had a table for 7, and then the 2 guys that are West Virginia alums, the West Virginia game was on. So they just went and sat at the bar while the other 7 of us went and got our own table. But the food was great, the beer was great, the atmosphere was great. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're not a golfer, I'm just going to lay this flat out there for you. Pinehurst is not for you. If you and your spouse or you and your spouse and kids think you can go and have a good, fun weekend in Pinehurst, I'm sure there's things to do there. But let me tell you something. It caters to the golfer. That is who it is meant for. That is what it is built for. They don't call themselves the home of golf for any other reason than it caters to people that love golf. Now, I would take my wife there for a weekend. We would stay in the Carolina Inn, get her a spa treatment. She could putt on the Himalayas with me. We could sit at the bar all day and watch people come in from 2, and she would have a good time. But if your wife isn't something like that and wants there to be something to do for her and shops and all that type of stuff continuously through a weekend, not for her, right? The village is there. You have stores and things like that, but you can go through those pretty quickly. So, again, this place is catered for the golfer. I do want to bring my wife there just to show her because I think it would be cool. She does appreciate those types of things. We go down to Kiowa quite a bit, and one of the things that she said for the next time that we're going down there, she's like, I'd like to go to the Ryder Cup restaurant again, Ryder Cup bar, and watch people finish on 18 on the ocean course. So, again, my wife appreciates that type of thing, but Some of your wives might not. So just remember that if you're planning a trip to Pinehurst, it is catered to the golfer. So anyways, Pinehurst Brewery, knock that out of the park, come back to the house. We're watching football, partying, having a good time. We'll tell you as well, large contingency of retirees there, okay? So there's noise ordinances at 10 o'clock. So we made sure that we were respectful. Thankfully, the house that we had was pretty private. It was in the middle of a neighborhood, but the backyard was private. So we were sitting out there till about 1, 2 in the morning, not making a lot of noise, and nothing ever came of it. But they do warn you, like, hey, it's 10 o'clock noise ordinance. You got to keep it low if you're there and whatnot. So do all that. We got a 7:40 tee time. And let me tell you something. Some of the boys were hurting, but we had 36 holes ahead of us, and it was going to be a long day. And I will tell you one thing and one thing only. On a golf trip, you always rally. You're never tired during the golf trip. You're tired after the golf trip. It is Thursday when this is going to come out. I guarantee you I'm still tired from the weekend before, right? And we're back into reality. So you just got to figure it out. But for that, your adrenaline's going. It's awesome. 7:40, our first tee time. The mist is still coming up off of the ground, that warm ground, the air, the dew coming up off the ground, hitting that colder air. What a scene. We roll into Mid-South Club. Spoiler alert. Of the 3 courses we played, Mid-South Club was the best course. People are going to say Talamore has a higher reputation. It is part of the Talamore Resort. And even the starters at Talamore were trying to tell us, like, oh, our greens are superior. We're a better course. I'm going to tell you this, and the consensus was with all 9 guys, Mid-South is the best course that we played. And if we were going to play those courses again or do a trip again around that price point, let's just book Mid-South for all 4 rounds because it was that good. Brand new carts. Pro shop, you walk in, they have complimentary coffee. The people are nice. The pro shop was completely stocked full of stuff. I got my first polo there of the weekend. Beautiful blue and navy striped polo with the Mid-South Club logo on the front. Incredible, soft feeling shirt. Awesome, right? Roll out there. Greens are in great condition. Fairways, tee boxes, bunkers. This place was immaculate. It's not, again, none of the courses we played are a part of the resort, but they did their job and did justice for Pinehurst in general. That place was awesome. So we get through the first 18. Everyone's buzzing. We're back, right? We've got some booze in us again. We head over to Talamore. Talamore, great course as well. Not going to knock it at all. We head over to Talamore. Great course. Just not as good as Mid-South. We really set the bar high with our first round and kind of continuously kind of went down a little bit. Now, what Talamore has that Mid-South didn't are these pot bunkers. And let me tell you something. These pot bunkers are awesome, terrifying, and can be an absolute nightmare for you if you hit it in the wrong spot. But Talamore, cool bar, overlooking 18 as you're coming in. I will say, I didn't see Mid-South's bar, but I will say I think Talamore probably has a cooler setup. It was definitely, it just looked cooler. They have TrackMan for their driving range, so you can go and see what you're hitting and all that. So, they have amenities. Now, their pro shop, not as nice. Got my second shirt there. Got the little llama. They're known for their llamas. You see them on, I think it's like the 14th or 15th hole. But will say this. I think also at times when you go and play courses that just have more of a reputation than others, your service level isn't going to be as great. Guys in the pro shop, wonderful, right? The starters at Mid-South, the people at the turn house, the people in the pro shop, the bag drop guys, rolled out the red carpet for us. Talamore, guys in the pro shop were wonderful. The bartenders, fantastic, rolled up, ordered lunch, asked for a transfusion. She didn't ask me if I wanted a single. She knew where I wanted this day to go. And she said, do you want to make that a double or a triple? A triple? Ma'am, I got to go play 18 holes of golf. Either she knew what I was about to experience, or she saw and saw the look in my eye and said, this guy sucks at golf anyways, might as well get him drunk. I said, no, ma'am, no triple. Not today. I don't want a triple. I don't want it here. I don't want it out on the golf course. So I got a double. Hammered one of those, got another double before we left to go on the course. Again, we're buzzing. Get to the starter. Starter's kind of a prick. You know? Like, first thing he says to us, he's like, you ever played here before? We're like, no. We just played Mid-South. It was awesome. We're thinking, they're sister courses, right? Like, they're part of the same resort. We just played Mid-South. Awesome. He literally just looks us right dead in the eye, doesn't say anything nice about Mid-South, and goes, our greens are superior to theirs. And I was like, oh, okay. We got to the first green. That guy was fucking lying. They are not superior. They are in very good shape, but Mid-South was mint. Here's what I would say. I'd give Mid-South a 9 to 9.5 for everything. Amenities. Their putting green was cool as hell too. Multi-tiered. Amenities, course conditions, even the marshals that came out. The one marshal came out and was talking to us about this one hole that we all ate shit on because you can't. They have GPS in the carts. We didn't look at it. We didn't see that the water comes across the fairway and you can't really hit driver. So Matt ate shit on his drive. I dumped mine in the water, and then Shane, the third in our group, he actually feathered one out there. But we get up to the green. We're finishing. I think it was. I won with a double, so that tells you how bad the hole was, right? I think they both tripled. I won with a double on that one. And he comes and he's like, hey, just a fair warning. I know you guys couldn't see that water that came across here, and this was on we teed off on 10? Yeah, we teed off on 10. So this was hole number 7. So we were getting up to, hole number, I'm ruining the whole damn story. Anyways, it's hole number 16. That's what it was. So we're rolling up into 17, and he stops us. He's like, just so you guys know, that's what you're going to see on hole 18 too. So just be prepared. You're going to have water that cuts in across. So again, like everything that you got from Mid-South, incredible. 9.5, right? I've played Ocean Course. I've played really nice courses. Those are 10s, right? If I go and play 2 and 4 at Pinehurst, they're going to be 10s. This is a 9.5. I highly suggest go play Mid-South. Tullamore, I'd give it a 7.5. Cool course, fun course to play, great condition, but the greens aren't superior than Mid-South, but it was really cool. The only thing I had an issue with was pace of play, and they didn't have any marshals out there. Our round, we had a foursome, a threesome, and a foursome. We had singles join us on the group in front of me. I was the middle group and the group behind me. No big deal, right? Well, the group in front of me had a group of 4 in front of them, and they were hitting 2 to 3 putts at a time. Like they'd hit a putt, drop a ball, hit a putt, drop a ball, hit a putt. And like, we're like, you know, where's the marshal to tell them to stop and to not do that and to control this and get the pace of play? Our afternoon round, started 20 minutes later than it was supposed to and went 5 hours. Look, I love golf. 5 hours can be, sometimes that's just what you run into. But when you're only playing with 9 guys and then 2 singles really bookending it, you should be able to get that round in pretty quick. And I'll tell you, the morning round on Saturday, the next day, we played the front 9 in an hour and a half. Now, we were the only ones out there. We were the first group to get out. But with 3 guys, we played in an hour and a half. Like 5 hours, and it's the end of the day, and people are starting. I mentioned the doubles. I mentioned the double transfusions. Like, they're gonna get to you. They're going to creep up on you. And our boy Till, they crept up on him. That boy, he played with me and Matt, and we were calling it the front 18, the back 18. He played with us in the back 18 on Friday, and that boy, whew, he was right. He was right. He was in a good state of mind, that's for sure. So we get done with Tullamore. Go back to the house. It's taco night. We hit up tacos. We make them in the house. Again, I bought this American Eagle funnel, which was awesome. We call it the Freedom Funnel. We're playing Freebird. We're hitting the funnel. We were doing that outside. We were doing that the night before. Everybody's getting right again. I think the last call for everybody was around 1:30 was the last couple guys that kind of dipped out into bed. Our next tee time's not until 9 a.m. Saturday morning. So again, got to sleep in a little bit, which is kind of nice. Even for the 1 o'clock in the morning guys. You get 7 hours. I think if you get 7 hours of sleep on a night, in general, like here in Charlotte during the week, I get 7 hours of sleep. I go to bed at 9, I wake up at 4. That's 7 hours, right? So if you can get 7 hours on a boys golf trip, you're doing something right. You're living right. So even those guys got 7 hours. So our tee time's not till 9. We hit up Foxfire, is what the name of the course was. Foxfire. I don't know if it's called Foxfire Resort or not, but I'll say this. The staff were nice. It is literally a free-for-all. There are 2 courses there. The pro shop, pretty barren. The bar, the only food you can get is chips and a hot dog. There's 1 TV. It's on the outskirts of Pinehurst, but it was raining, and I'll tell you, if it's raining and I'm playing a course for that weekend, I'm glad it was Foxfire for the fact that the greens were nice, but the fairways have just been seeded, so they were basically scalped and seeded. You had lies. It wasn't scalped completely, like there wasn't any grass, but the only thing that was green out there was the greens. They have 2 courses. We started on one, played 1 hole, and saw that we were going to have to wait 10 minutes for the next hole to start. And we were like, we're not playing 36 holes at this pace. We'll never finish. So they had another course, and they weren't even sending anybody else on it. So we went in the pro shop. We're like, can we just play that course? They're like, oh, yeah, go for it. You can play that all day. So that's the thing. Like, it's a free-for-all. Like, the guy in the pro shop was like, oh, you guys go play this course. And we go, and it's like every cart lined up. And we're like, well, who's on gray? And he's like, oh, well, you can choose which ones you want to play on. So we were like, well, we play 1 hole on red, turn around, and go to gray. So we played gray. We never even played red. So if you asked me, I couldn't even tell you anything about red. But we played gray. Again, good course, challenging course. I think once the fairways come back with all the seed, it'll be in much better condition. The greens are good shape. It was challenging. But again, if any day that had rain, that was the day that had rain. It did for most of the morning round, and that was fine. Like I mentioned, I was the first group out. We finished the first 9 holes in an hour and a half, and 18 in 3:10, something like that. So we cruised. The funny thing is Saturday, because it rained, a lot of the groups that were supposed to go play Foxfire didn't even come out. So even our afternoon round, we cruised. It was a 3-man scramble, so it was going to go by quick. But to give you reference, Saturday our first tee time was at 7:40. We all finished around 12:30ish. We head over to Tullamore. Our first tee time's not till 1:45. We didn't finish till 7:30. All right? So again, mentioned 5-hour round. We have 36 holes at Foxfire. Our first tee time's not until 9. We finished at 6:20. 36 holes at 6:20. So we cruised because we were literally the only ones out there. Which, again, Foxfire was cool. For now, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because I don't know what it's going to look like when the fairways come in, and they weren't in at this point in time. Again, there was grass. It's Bermuda. It's dormant. And they got cut real low because they were seeding it. But 5 out of 10. The staff was very nice. The bartender was very nice. But again, like limited options. If you want to go and hit a couple balls around, that would be your place to go. The driving range is really short, can't anything over 200 yards. So again, amenity-wise, the golf carts lesser than Mid-South and Tullamore. In defense, Mid-South and Tullamore literally just got brand new ones like 3 weeks ago. But again, if we were going to plan it from a golfing perspective again, I would ask the guy that I use, Jamie at Golf Zoo, let's not do Foxfire. Even if I did 2 at Mid-South, 2 at Tullamore, that's a great trip for me. Those 2 courses were awesome enough for me. or even 4 at Mid-South, whatever it might be. Or mix in another one that's more inside the Pinehurst bubble, because if you start going out of the bubble of it, you potentially run into lesser courses because, again, home of golf, if you're in the bubble of Pinehurst, you got to put yourself together a nice course, because guys will tell. I'm doing a podcast on it. I liked Foxfire, nice people. 5 out of 10. We'll see what the fairways look like, but I wouldn't go back there today. I would definitely redo the trip and not have that included, and that's okay. I'm cool with it. I think it did its job, right? Did its job. I'm totally good with it. So we finish up. We're head back to the house. This is Saturday night. We do pizza. Everyone kind of starts dipping out, cause earlier and earlier every night, right? Friday night it was 2 a.m. Saturday it was like 1:30. Friday 1:30. Saturday it was I went to bed around 11:40, and the 2 guys that were left, they were up till 1, right? So, and we were the last 3 up. So we all wake up on Sunday, nothing planned. We all had kind of said like, hey, maybe we go and do the Himalayas again. A couple guys had to leave, but we go and hit back up the resort, right? So again, no tee times for the Himalayas. You can just go out there and putt. Guys want to hit up the pro shop again. So we go and hit up the Himalayas again, and we have perfect weather. We get to watch guys on the cradle. The Himalayas were basically empty. It's kind of funny, obviously. Opposite of Thursday night. Thursday night, it's a party, music playing, people everywhere. Sunday morning, it's more of like a church. Like we were the first group out on the Himalayas, and then a lot of the people, the locals that live there, the older folks, they came out and they have a little putting, everything, But the resort courses, they were packed though. They were pumping out foursomes. We saw it all morning while we were there. But hit up the Himalayas, hit up the pro shop one last time, and we salute ourselves and hug it out and wish everybody safe travels, and we're on our way back home. And I will tell you, Pinehurst, you did not disappoint. What a trip. I've put on 10 plus trips. This ambiance, the things to just see, the pureness of it all. I love going down to the coast. We've done Hilton Head, we've done South Myrtle, Pawleys Island, we've done Ocean Isle Beach a handful of times. We've done out towards the mountains once with Cleghorn in North Carolina. This is probably the best trip that I've had, and I've had some awesome trips. They're all awesome in their own right. We had 2 awesome trips this year. The spring trip to Pawleys Island was awesome as well. But this, we played Caledonia and some other courses, but we played 36 at Caledonia, and wow, what a course that is too. But let me tell you something. This trip was awesome. It was, I would argue, it was my favorite trip. And I've done other golfing experiences as well, right? I talked about how I played in the Kiowa member guest last year. That was incredible as well. But this was one of, if not my my favorite trip. If you're a golfer, if you have the opportunity to go to Pinehurst, go do it. I'm going to go back. I definitely want to play the resort courses. I want to see what that experience is all about. But man, even if you just go to Pinehurst and play the courses around the resort, I'll tell you, you're going to have a good time. It was awesome. That's my opinion. 2 cents worth, 100th episode. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, comment, give it the 5 stars, smash the living shit out of the like button, whatever. Go on the YouTube, go anywhere, share it with anybody, put it on your social media, tag me in it, let me know that you're listening. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Have a great day. Pinehurst, you nailed it.